A bill seeking to regulate vapes and e-cigarettes only needs President Duterte's signature for it to become law. Some health experts believe this measure is the first real anti-smoking measure in 20 years. Let's speak now with a supporter of the vape bill, cardiologist Dr. Rafael Castillo. Dr. Castillo, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word. Why should President Duterte sign the vape bill into law?
I think he has all the good reasons to sign the vape bill. But Rico, I think it's important that we put we have the right context on the smoking problem, on the magnitude of the smoking problem. Smoking is definitely still a leading killer in the Philippines, in Asia, and in many parts of the world. We have 16 million Filipinos who are at risk because we have 16 million smokers who are at risk to develop heart attacks, stroke, cancers. And so we must try to do everything we can to help save these 16 million kababayans of ours. Many of them would like to quit smoking, but only 4% are able to successfully quit smoking. So I think the logical approach is to come up with a pragmatic middle ground, which we can offer these smokers, and also that we can win them off from cigarette smoking, take them to a better place in terms of a less harmful alternative tobacco product. And hopefully that can help save their lives and improve the quality of their lives so that they don't huff and puff because they have chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or heart failure because of cigarette smoking. So we need really a pragmatic approach.
A pragmatic approach is this vape bill. Let's listen, Dr. Castillo, to Dr. Maricar Limpin from the Philippine College of Physicians on why she and other medical societies want this bill vetoed.
How can the Congress give the exclusive jurisdiction in regulating these products to DTI when these products very clearly, it contains chemicals that will enter the body and therefore will definitely have health concerns. So constitutionally, that mandate to protect the health of the country falls under the FDA, not the DTI, because the DTI's mandate is really just for commercial purposes. Number two, this bill also lowers down the age of purchase of these products from 21 to 18 years. We have been telling Congress, all the legislators, that making this more available at a younger age. Lastly, the almost removal of any restriction on the flavor. Right now, there are only two flavors that are being allowed, menthol and the tobacco flavor. But what this bill did was actually to make all the flavors available.
Let's tackle first, Dr. Castillo, the regulatory authority. Even Eric Domingo, the former Director General of the FDA, stressed that vape products must be regulated by the FDA and not the DTI. What is your view on this? Should the President veto this part of the bill and the regulatory authority should remain with the FDA?
I was going over the approved copy of approved version of the bill by the bicameral committee. And I think there's a provision there which actually expands the jurisdiction to both. It involves both the DTI and the FDA. If there's a health claim by any of these vapor products that, health claims that they can confer health benefits on the user, then they should be evaluated and approved by the FDA. If there's no health claim, then they will be under the jurisdiction of the DTI. And I'm sure the DTI will consult the FDA when it comes to the technical standards of approving all the vaping products and devices. If we allow the cigarette products to be under the jurisdiction of the DTI, I think there's no reason why we should not allow some of these vapor products to be under the jurisdiction of the DTI. It is less risky. I think there can be no two arguments about it. It's less harmful. The vapor nicotine products are definitely less harmful compared to cigarette smoking. So if the cigarettes are under the jurisdiction of the DTI, then I think all the more that we can be confident in trusting the DTI in regulating these vaporized nicotine products, which are even less harmful. So the regulatory restriction should be not more stringent than the restrictions we impose on cigarettes, or else we'll be defeating our purpose of trying to shift current smokers to vaporized nicotine products.
Dr. Castillo, Dr. Limpin also mentioned two other points, which is the age limit from 21 to 18 years old and removing the existing two-flavor restriction. If President Duterte decides to veto some provisions in this bill, which ones should it be? So at least we can have a middle ground between the medical societies who are against it and like yourself, who are supporting this vape bill.
Well, I definitely trust the wisdom of the president, and I think he's in the best position to really weigh in on this bill because he was a former smoker himself. And I'm sure he feels the angst, the emotional and physical burden which a smoker who really wants to quit smoking but could not feel. So I think he's really in a good position. Now, with regards to the lowering of the age, many 18-year-olds now, 19-year-olds, they can buy cigarettes, and they are already hooked or addicted to smoking. So why deprive them of this opportunity to shift them to a less harmful product? If we just allow vaporized nicotine products at 21-year-old and older, then that means the 18, 19, and 20-year-olds who are smoker will not be able to avail of this intervention, which can possibly help save their lives and improve their long-term outcome.
But doctor, when all is said and done, whether it be cigarettes, e-cigarettes, or vape, this will definitely be harmful to people's lungs.
Correct. We're not saying, Rico, that these vaporized nicotine products are completely safe. We're just saying that they're less harmful compared to cigarette smoking. And there are quite a lot of scientific papers already showing that. But what we're saying is that, we have currently teenagers, as you very well know, Rico. We have teenagers, even adolescents who are already smokers. And so at least the 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, if they can be allowed already to shift to smoking, I think to vaporized nicotine products, that can possibly help improve the long-term health outcomes. If not, then they will have no choice but to remain cigarette smokers. And that's not good for them. So we want to help them as well. If we can trust the 18-year-old to already elect the leaders of our country, to enter into important business transactions, and even to give consent for dangerous surgery, which will be done to them, I think we should trust them enough to make the decision whether to shift to a less harmful vice or not. So we're not recommending that they if they're not smoking, then they definitely they should be prohibited from trying this alternative tobacco products. But if they're already hooked to cigarette smoking, I think it's good advice for them to shift to this alternative tobacco products.
Thank you so much for your insights on the vape bill, Dr. Rafael Castillo.